Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We're also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss Heaven Hill's donation to a West Louisville neighborhood. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Luke Otero, Evan Van Scoik, and Evan Nieders.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey, everybody.
Yes. 800K to a neighborhood. Man, I wish someone would sponsor my neighborhood for 800K. Man, we could do some fun stuff in this place, but we'll talk about that. Pretty exciting stuff for sure. And I do have a topic, but before we get to that, Evan Nieders, first time officially on the show. You've done some stuff in the shop. That's a totally different experience, though, right? I mean, you're on the big times now. You were in the minor league ball sitting at the bar. You just happened to be a customer that was in there at that time, and yeah, we put a microphone in front of you and said, "Talk about this," and you did. But now it's like you're official, right?
Yeah, I hope so. Well, we'll see. This is the trial run, I guess. Right. So what the next steps, or I call you back frequently, or I just never act like you were ever on the podcast. So we'll know. There's not like a performance evaluation, and I apologize, you just didn't work out. I just never kind of address it again.
Our one-on-one is scheduled for next week.
It's a hell of an organization that I run. So yes, yeah. I had a personnel issue with Kathy Cool. I just addressed it on a show, not one that she's on, by the way. So that's coming up. Get ready for that. That's a hell of a way to run an organization. So it's done me good so far. That's all I know. People are like, "Yeah, you can't do that." Yeah, I'm like, "This works." Yeah, I'm here. I'm 3,000 shows into this thing, and
I showed up one day in 2017, and you haven't gotten rid of me yet. So
she has not left. Yeah. So, we've got. Well, I guess Evan. I wonder if Evan is the youngest person to ever come on. I mean, we've had younger people at the tasting bar, like Brennan is younger. He's only 21. I'm wondering, and my nephew has been on, but he just appeared and stuff like that on the show one time. He was at the house, so I let him come on and talk some hockey and stuff when he was a little kid. So, not the nephew that's playing for the Blues. I got 2 nephews that are into hockey, and one came on, and man, he knew his stuff. I wasn't going to talk hockey with him. He knew what he was talking about, so I did not. So he was like 10 at the time, so it was eye-opening for sure. So my question for you guys is, what is the weirdest way that you've ever caught, like fish or crab or something like that? You've ever done some sort of fishing and you've actually managed to land a fish? Evan, we're going to go, Van Scoik, we'll go to you first because you look like you've got something good.
That'll be real quick. I've never caught anything ever. I do not enjoy fishing.
Well, how do you know? Okay, wait a minute. Wait, hold on. So you have been fishing or you haven't?
I've been taken fishing as a child.
So did you fish?
I fished, if you can call it that.
Okay.
If holding a reel.
Did you catch
fishing,
anything? Did you catch anything?
I probably caught like some little
Okay. Okay. So then the weirdest thing, let me help Evan out. Rather than this long thing where he gets into something and digs himself a hole. The weirdest thing he's ever caught a fish with is a fishing pole. So there you go. It's not that weird. It's not that weird, but it's something. It's something. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you, Evan. That was eloquently stated. We appreciate that. Luke, how about you, man? Anything?
Yeah. 2 summers ago, I've never caught a fish, kind of fly fishing, and I caught one. And that was such an exhilarating experience that it was really cool.
Nice. Neaters, how about you? I know McNews. She likes to fish with her. That's a thing she used to do with her father. So she might have something good here. We'll see. Neaters, how about you, man?
So I'm also not a huge fisherman, but when we do we do vacations in Florida, and I do like going deep sea fishing. And it's not the strangest way I've caught a fish, but I caught one of those like remoras, the sucker fish that hang on the side of sharks, and I have no idea how.
How do you even catch one of those? You just had to like hook it, maybe.
It didn't take the hook in its mouth or anything. It hooked it on the side, and
Huh. Interesting.
And then I also kind of have another story on like the weirdest way I've caught something.
Okay. All right.
As a kid, me and my cousin we go to the Lake of the Ozarks often, and we found like some string and a stick and a hook, and we made our own reel and rod. Yeah.
I used to do that when I was a kid too. There was a creek. That'll be my weird one. There's a creek behind Dairy Queen. Everybody knows where that is for point of reference. Behind the Dairy Queen by me. I was like, what the hell is he talking about? So behind the Dairy Queen by me, there was a creek, but it was up in the air. But yeah, you had to push them down. So we just same thing. Brought some line, and the funny thing was we got a hook. Somebody got that from their parents' thing. We couldn't bring the reel because we had to walk down to Dairy Queen. As you guys know, Dairy Queen's not right by my house, so you got to walk, and we weren't allowed to take the fishing poles out or anything. But we had the hook. And I brought some hot dogs from the house. I just went into the refrigerator, stole a hot dog, cut that up, the hook and the bait, and I landed a fish with that. So yeah, in the creek. I don't know if that creek still has. Probably not anymore. I don't know what's going on with that. But I do have a weirder way than that. I've got something weirder than that I'll get to after McNeil. What were you going to say, Luke?
I was going to say the last time I was at that creek right behind Dairy Queen. It's still there. It's still there. Okay. Yeah, I haven't been down there since I was, 12 years old, probably. I mean, by the time I got a little bit older, I quit doing that. But I'd hang out at the Dairy Queen because they also had a 7-Eleven there, so you could go to 7-Eleven. These are some of my favorite places: Dairy Queen, 7-Eleven. They had a drugstore down there. I love going to that area for sure.
Get your Blizzard, your Big Gulp, and your drugs.
By like the age of 13, though, they opened up a video arcade. Not the other way, not by the Dairy Queen, by the Giannino's. So everybody knows where that is. So it was by Giannino's. And then that's where I was at every day. And that was for years. I mean, I just play the video games. So, I was into that.
That sounds like a good time to me.
Oh, yeah. Back in the day. Yeah. We didn't have home systems like you kids today. So we
arcades are cool.
The arcade. Had to go to the arcade. Yeah. Gina Monroe's father was the one who owned that. So, I mean, I tried to work my way.
Everybody knows him.
I tried to work my way in with Gina, but it didn't work. I thought, man, if I can get in with her, if I date Gina, and then I bet you I get unlimited tokens. But it wasn't meant to be. She wasn't interested. So, she spurned my
played Gina. Wrong, Steve. If you would have been like the best gamer, that's how you get in with Gina. You tried to go the wrong way.
I threw it out there. I did my best, but it wasn't good enough.
Gina was like, "How big's your fish?" And you were like, "My fish is about this big." But if it was this big,
I ran into her probably. Well, this was, I'm 55 now. I probably ran into her when I was like 40. So a long time ago now, but at like a trade show. And she was like, you're Steve Akeley. I'm like, yeah, your dad had that arcade. How's that going? And I knew it was out of business though, because I still live in the area. But I just asked. I wondered if she still had the games, but they don't. They got rid of the games too. They were liquidated. Yeah, it's a sad story, really. McDew, weirdest way for you? Anything you and your dad ever have to get weird, creative, catching a fish?
weird. Usually just, the normal way with like a reel and rod and like night crawlers. It probably does surprise people that I'm not afraid of those. That was never a problem. But hot dogs, catfish really like hot dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. And creek fish too. Creek fish. Yeah. That's a little yeah. So here's the weirdest fishing way that you ever heard of. So I was at an event tonight, and Cop Chris was there, and he went down to Jamaica. Now, it wasn't this time; it was the previous time he went to Jamaica. But he just got back. But it brought back that memory of the story that he told. He got so drunk one time down there that he went out into the ocean and decided he was getting a little hungry. So he decided to take off his swimming trunks, rip the liner out of there, and then start fishing for some Alaskan king crab, which you can, normally really find out in the warm waters of Jamaica. He was not successful, but he tried. I think he got a hermit.
It's ingenious. He made it. It's a net. He made a homemade net.
It was a net. Yeah.
Not stupid.
So, he tried. As McNew once said, what would you say, McNew, if that was you?
He fucking tried.
Exactly. He fucking tried. I mean, you do your best. You fucking try. And then some things don't work out. But McNew famously said that to close out a show. I can't even remember what she was doing. But she tried.
I couldn't get the ending right. I tried like 3 times and it just was not happening.
We're making fun of you. And the show ends and you're all drunk. You're like, I fucking tried. And then I kind of felt bad. We were making fun of you because you were. You
guys were ruthless.
That's all you had left. That's all you had left in the tank. You tried. You tried. All right. Well, on that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? We're going to go to Evan Nieders first to see if he even knows what we're talking about. We'll see if he actually is a listener. We'll see.
Well, to start off, since we're talking about Heaven Hill, I brought some Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. And it's fresh, so I still have the plastic on it.
Wow, okay, that's a party foul there. That should have been removed prior to the expensive airtime we've got here. Yeah, we're listening to that now. Okay. All right, here we go.
Slide on the set.
Well, that's pretty good.
Not bad.
That's pretty good. That could be enough. We'll see. That may hold up. That may hold up. All right, we'll have Evan go next.
All right, let's
Van
go
Squike.
ahead.
Gosh, I gotta remember this myself.
You did this to us.
I did.
All right, let's go with one for all of our lovely ABV Network Crew Club members who love the term juicy fruit as a tasting note.
Yep.
I've got a bottle of Nulu here with a juicy fruity sticker.
Yep, I sued them over that, so I was like, that's our tasting note.
Filed that copyright.
Right, exactly.
All right, here we go.
Okay. Now, Evan Nieders has the lead. He's holding up the lead there. All right. McNew is next.
I was on the same page as Evan Nieders, and I also have an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Also new, but I'm a pro and my plastic is off. So
My first time.
Oh, he talked over hers. I feel like she might have had the lead.
Sabotage.
No, I have to go by what I heard. I heard Evan Nieders talking, and
rookie mistake.
Got the lead.
I did hear her cork pop though.
Yeah.
It was decent.
We say it's a rookie mistake, but then again, maybe it's not because it benefited him. I mean,
purpose, not totally on purpose.
I think so.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
All right, Luke, you're up next. What do you got, buddy?
I've got a little bit of the Green River.
Okay.
I don't expect much. Nope.
No, not much there. I've got a bottle here that might not look anything special, but it is. I wanted a cork pop with this one tonight to kick things off. It's a bottle of Baker's, and why this is special, we did an event last night from my buddy Rick, the legend Brenner, and this is one of the pours that we did, and at the end of it, Jen asked me to please pick one and take it home, and I was like, I don't want to, and she's like, well, it would mean a lot to my dad that you, and I was like, well, because it's your dad's stuff, and I will enjoy it. And every time I enjoy a pour from this bottle, I will obviously think of Rick the Legend Brenner. So I did elect to take one. So yes, I grabbed the Baker's. So excited about that. So here we go. Let's see what we got here. No, not much there. It was just opened freshly yesterday. So it was a tremendous cork pop when we opened it at first, but didn't hold up. So Evan Nieders, you're 1 for 1, man. How about that? You win.
All right.
There you go. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about Heaven Hill donating $800,000 to a West Louisville neighborhood. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. We're also sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop focuses exclusively on barrel picks. It's the job of owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot to seek out distilleries that are making the best whiskey in the world, taste through their barrels, and select the ones that are off-profile in the best way possible. They have high standards and refuse to allow anything into their store other than something they would be proud to have their name on. This leads to some really awkward conversations with distilleries that can't make it, but they do it for you, their customers. Learn more about what is going on at their St. Louis-based store by heading over to abvbarrelshop.com. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at neelyfamilydistillery.com.
Hi, this is Mr. Bill. You're listening to Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about Heaven Hill donating $800,000 to a West Louisville neighborhood.
Yes, we will. I'm going to give you guys a few facts about this, and then we'll discuss, as they say. So the neighborhood is called California, and it's not the state. This isn't a joke or anything like that. I had no idea. I've never heard this before, but apparently there's a neighborhood in West Louisville called California, and it is near Heaven Hill's Bernheim Distillery, so they have a presence there, obviously. And they are $800,000 is what they're donating. So $500,000 has been designated to 5 charities that help kind of that area. So the schools, community programs, community center. So that money will come back into the community and benefit all residents, which is pretty cool. And then they're giving $250,000 to their Metropolitan Sewer District to help improve infrastructure. I guess there's some issues going on there. And of course, we know as our cities age, you have to stay on top of that stuff. So they are doing that. And then the final $50,000 just for a beautification project. So to just make things, freshen things up, make them look better. And I don't know, it sounds pretty cool. I mean, well, what I got to say about this, I think it's pretty awesome. They don't have to do this, obviously, but the fact that Heaven Hill is investing back into the community, I think is a smart move. I think it's not only good for business, it's good for, just the community and to be a part of the community. I think a good business needs to be part of the community. So I think they're doing a nice job. How about you guys? What's your take on this thing?
I think it's an incredible gesture of generosity and buying back into the neighborhood that probably has, supports the industry as a whole. I know this because I go back to Napa quite a bit, that a lot of the little towns that are in need of infrastructure improvements, the wineries gather together, just not one, but most of them, to improve the streets, to improve the gutter, the water, everything. Just because if you enhance the visuals and everything about it, the community, everyone that visits is going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's giving back.
giving back to the community is almost like, and heaven hell, I'm not saying anything bad about this. I'm saying it's good. They're kind of almost investing in themselves, because I'm sure there's probably employees that live there. I mean, it's the area which they are working in. I think it's really a cool thing. Huh? What else? What's your take on this, Evan Needers specifically?
Yeah, I think it's a great thing, not only for the company, but for their community. And the fact that they're reinvesting into their community is huge.
Yeah.
It means that they care.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a good thing. Yeah. And I think they've done it the right way too, to divide up that money and to give it to specific charities that are known to help. Obviously, you're donating money to, the Metropolitan Sewer District of the area. That I think, this is what we want fixed. This is what's it going to cost. So I think that's a cool thing. And then just kind of clean the place up too. Nothing wrong with that. I like how they allocated the money as well. How about Mr. Van Scoik, the other Evan?
Yeah, I'll take a little different take on it.
Okay.
I obviously great that they're doing that, but I think it makes a lot of sense from a business standpoint as well. Is you're helping to upgrade somewhere near your distillery, so you're investing in improvements around you. That's equally as important as taking care of your own grounds. It looks great for marketing. Doesn't help or hurt to have good news cycles about your company, your name out there doing good things. And obviously there's tax benefits to helping out others. So I didn't want to re-echo all of the other comments. I absolutely agree with. I love that they're doing it. It's good for everybody. And from a business perspective, I think it makes total sense.
Yeah. And it is one of those things that can be a win-win. The company wins out of it too. There are benefits from them, and a naysayer, that's really the only thing they could come up with. If they're would try to get negative, they'd be like, well, yeah, they're benefiting from. Well, you know what? You can be nice and benefit, yourself as well. Step up and do those sort of things before you're pointing a finger and saying someone else has a different agenda. I think. That's a lot of money. No matter how you look at it, that's a lot of money to put out there. So I think that it would be hard to say anything negative, and I agree with you. But it's a win for every stakeholder, which includes Heaven Hill. It's a win for them too.
Right.
McNew, how about you?
No, I absolutely agree. It's a win, and I think it's smart that distilleries that this distillery is doing it, and others should follow suit. Invest in the neighborhoods around you. It's just kind of a no-brainer. So good for Heaven Hill.
Yeah, the industry itself has been in a little bit of a PR thing, a negative thing recently, if you haven't noticed, because that tax that's being phased out. Now, it's not gone today, but it's going to be phased out over time. And there's been a lot of criticism of, the distilleries not investing in their communities. Well, here's an example. Heaven Hill can say, yeah, well, here's an example of something that we're doing just out of our own pocket. It's not tax money that's being taken from us. We've elected to spend this money on this. I think it's, again, just well conceived. And maybe, as McNew mentions, maybe others will follow suit. I mean, I think it's a good idea, and it looks good, and hopefully makes people feel good about the bourbon industry, which is cool. We all benefit from that, even us as consumers.
And also, the distilleries have been catching a lot of grief over the mold that.
Yeah, that's another thing that's been negative in recently.
There's really, I don't know, me personally, there's not a lot you can really do about that other than offer to power scrub people's places.
Right.
This is very different. This is taking an entire neighborhood and investing into it top to bottom, and whether they receive tax benefits or something like that, the gesture of the goodwill is going to outweigh the tax credit. Right. So, kudos to Max and the whole crew out there.
Yeah. Absolutely. So very, very cool stuff. I love it. And, like I said, I love the industry, and I love when they're doing good things. And the bourbon industry does so many good things. They help out with so many different charities. We've done shows about that. We've done a lot, but some of the negative publicity that they've got between the tax being, going away and that the mold issue. And again, I don't know how you solve that one. That's a tough one, because, where can you put all these barrels. Where can you store them? And the industry is experiencing growth, and there's more warehouses than ever before. And by nature, as you add more, they're going to get closer to the residents, and it impacts them. And I get it. I can. It's that's one of those arguments where you can see both sides. You can be like, well, the distillery's been there forever. Well, this brick house that's now wasn't there, and it wasn't causing me an issue before, but now it is. So I see both sides. It's just a tough thing to deal with. I don't know the answer to that. So, but on this day today, we celebrate what is a great moment where Heaven Hill steps up and helps out. So on that note, we're going to wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Evan Nieders, we'll start with you.
You can find me not talking over any more cork pops and on Facebook at Evan Nieders.
Oh, I tell you what, McNew, you would have had that one. That was yours to win. Yeah. Nieders stole it for he wins, but there's definitely going to be an asterisk by there because clearly Nieders stole that from you. So that was a tough deal. I'm sorry, McNew. That hurts your stats too. So all right, Van Scoy, how about you?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Wit Wisdom Whiskey, or you can find me at the ABV Barrel Shop every Thursday for Thirsty Thursdays. Come on and stop on in.
Yeah, usually about the 11:30 local time. We're there hanging out. Evan's usually holding court, so it's fun. He got a shortened version this past time though, so he had meetings and stuff. He had to work. Actually, had to work for a living. It sucks. It sucks. All right, Luke, how about you?
You can find me at Santa Fe Boutique Wines.com, Luke at that, and Luke Otero on LinkedIn.
Luke Otero on LinkedIn. All right, McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNewABV and forever holding a grudge against Evan Nieders.
I can't blame you. That was hurtful. All right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. You got to check that one out. Everything that we do is out there. We put our previous shows, blogs, so much more at abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop. We've talked about it a couple times. We've got some of our regulars here on the show tonight. Very fun stuff. We're always having a good time there. You can try before you buy. At a minimum, sign up for our email and text distribution over at abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
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 Later.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some of the great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro is owned and operated by Russell Creed, who makes stills for the hobby distiller. He offers a one-stop shop for everything the at-home distiller needs. Whether it's a small, experimental stovetop still or something bigger you run outside, he has the still or parts you would have difficulty fabricating yourself if you were trying to build a DIY still project. Additionally, he has resources to assist in creating unique distilled spirits, including heirloom grains, barrels for aging, and recipes. Check out Russell's company online at moonshinestillpro.com. Finally, I have a question for you. Have you ever boxed a bear? Of course not. That'd be silly. Bears really don't follow the rules, so shots in the back of the head, punches to the nuts, and scrums after the bell would be the norm. A better idea would be to enjoy Boxing Bear Whiskey, a brand crafted by Nobleton's Distilling House in Union, Missouri, and sold exclusively at the ABV Barrel Shop in suburban St. Louis. This is a popular offering that sells out quickly, but when you're in town, stop by the ABV Barrel Shop and see if they have it in stock. Better yet, sign up for their email and text distribution over at abvbarrelshop.com, and you'll know exactly when it is in stock. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.